The most famous reindeer of all. Charles. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny...
What is up, Boo fam? Welcome back to another lit-ass video.
Bon appetit.
Guys, before we even get into the video,
we want to make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure if you are new to this channel, the bell button down below is right here, so turn it on. What?
And make sure you turn that thing on so you never miss out on the lit-ass content we got for you guys. Guys, we have a special story time for you guys and the mukbang as well. So before we even get into the story,
I'm gonna show y'all what I made, okay?
Yeah, let's show you what we made.
So first we air fried pizza.
Yeah,
so
but Boo, don't eat it all because that's my slice.
Okay. Well, can I eat a bite?
Yeah.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys what I made, right? And so that is a sincronizada, but
yes,
it's basically like a quesadilla, but it's on a flour tortilla. I put a fried hard egg. I put ham, turkey ham, and chicken sausages, and grilled onions, tomato, and then I have one inside because I like it. And then we also got Pop-Tarts because we know how we are. We like to eat after we eat. So, and I also made a smoothie of banana with strawberries and milk. So, yeah, guys. So we're gonna eat and we're gonna tell you guys a story so you guys know what's been going on.
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's eat. All right, guys. So. I just bit my freaking leg.
Don't you help me that happens? Okay.
Alright guys, where's I gonna put ketchup on my stuff?
Guys, I'm not the biggest fan of ketchup. You want another bite before I kill it? You want one more?
No. You give me the crust. Oh, you want the crust?
Yeah, I mean, Boo, this is a bite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you half of the crust.
Thank you. You're a true man that shares his food, guys.
Alright. Relaxing day.
It's a sad day.
Sad day. Well, especially for my boo-boo. Because
Frida had puppies again, guys. She had another litter on September 29, 2020.
guys, it has been crazy.
No, we don't want to hear none of the judgments because guess what? It wasn't intentional. It literally happened out of nowhere.
Yep.
It happened around the time that we were gonna get Hercules fixed. We were still in denial that she was pregnant because my dad came in from walking them. Of course, we had to take her diaper off when we went to walk her out. She was in heat. Came in, got distracted with putting away the leashes and all of that. Boom, he turns around.
They're stuck together, and they're like.
And my dad was like freaking out because, like, you know, my dad has never seen that, and he was just like, what the hell, like, you know, we were all just so concerned, but we didn't think she was pregnant because we were like, you know, we don't think that she can get pregnant again. Right.
So then, guys, so she ended up being pregnant. Fast forward, she's getting really, really big. Now we're thinking she's only gonna have like 2 or 3 babies, maybe 4 the most, because that's the most she like, you know, we think she would have. But no, she ends up having 6, and thank God that somebody was home.
Guys, so I just want to point this out. Isaiah and I never think of the money for these puppies, right?
Nope.
Because it's not a business to us. We're not against, but we just don't like that there's breeders sometimes because there's so many dogs, especially right now with what I've seen on TikTok. There's so many dogs abandoned that need to be rescued. There's dogs that are in the SPCA. Their families left them. I don't know why. But it's so sad. And Isaiah and I want to make it a priority to, later on, once we get our house, we're going to adopt 2 more dogs, like big dogs. Because Isaiah really wants one. I know we want like a husky or like a... What's the other one? A German Shepherd?
I want a Rottweiler.
Oh yeah, Rottweiler. So we want to make sure that we adopt. So that's definitely the main, like, disclaimer. We are with adopting, and trust me, we didn't want to sell the puppies, but in our situation that we live right now, it's just not possible to keep all of them. It's not a choice. But they're all going to good homes. We chose everyone. Pretty much like everyone was offering us more than $1,200. Let's just put it like that.
But
Isaiah and I
guys,
were not with that.
we literally interview every single person and make sure that
We
they're
asked
the
them so
right
many questions.
fit, because these dogs are really small. So we just want to make sure they're going to the right homes. They can get sick easily because they get into things. So we just want to make sure that somebody's going to be there at home for the first couple weeks. Who's just going to be on top of them, watching them nonstop, and make sure they're getting the love and attention that we expect, because we give our dogs tons of love and attention. We don't even go out sometimes because we feel bad for the dogs being home all day by themselves. But we're okay with that because we love our dogs.
And every single day, we prioritize literally X amount of time with them. We dedicate like literally just the whole time to them. No phones, no nothing. Literally play with them, take them to the dog park, take them to Isaiah's mom's house because she has a big yard. But I just want to put that out that we do not care about the money. We literally sold them so cheap because we just, again, we don't want them to go to bad homes. We want them to go to a great home where they're loved, where they have time for them. And so basically we were praying to God that if she was pregnant, that someone please be there when it happened. And God really works in mysterious ways sometimes that you just don't ever realize it, but it does, because that day I received a call from my little sister's school saying that she was throwing up and then someone needed to go pick her up, and my mom left work. She went to pick her up
and I was working
home. Isaiah was working, but Isaiah was going to be home within an hour. So my mom got home and she said she took Belly and Papa shout, and that Frida didn't want to go. And you know, she was, at that point we did realize that she was pregnant, but we didn't think she was gonna have them that day. And my mom, she got home, took them out, came back in, and she had already had her first 2 babies.
Like that fast? That's
literally
crazy.
So Isaiah's got home, and then he's like FaceTiming me. He's like, "Oh, it's 4 right now, but I think there's still 2 more." And I'm like, "No way! Like, there's no way." Turns out it was 6.
So yeah, there were 2 more. So guys, thank God they all came out healthy. They're all healthy dogs.
Very active.
Very active. But what happened during, like, after the pregnancy, when she was nursing them, which really threw our schedules off and really just made us take time away from literally everything that we're trying to accomplish. Because so Frida, she couldn't nurse him no more after 2 weeks. One day we saw her, she was shaking a lot, and we didn't know why. So I rushed her to the emergency room because I was scared like she was having a seizure or something. I'm not sure what it was. Come to find out, her calcium was really, really low because she was nursing 6 babies, and Frida's not that big. So
she was like 10 pounds.
Yeah, she was like 10 pounds, but
she's not that big. And we were literally bawling our eyes out. Well, I was bawling my eyes out at the vet. They weren't telling us anything. They were just like, "Okay, we'll call you guys when she's ready." They wanted us to keep her overnight, but we were like, "No, she's okay. Let me take her home." Because vets are expensive, guys. They really are. And that's another thing that everyone has to think about is, like, vets are extremely expensive. They don't care about your hardships. They really don't, because if they did, they would offer you other payment plans. So anyway, so we spent the whole afternoon until 1 a.m. Just like scared for her. They told us we can bring the babies with her in there, and we just were like, no, I don't know why, but I just don't trust vets, because they don't, I mean, even though they might care of them, they don't care of them how you care of them.
Because they're not theirs.
Yeah, they're not there. So Isaiah and I, we were like, no, we're gonna they gave us an option to hand feed the babies, like bottle feed them. So Isaiah's rushed to Petco, got some bottles, got some formula. I was here with the other dogs, and we were sad. Then they finally called us, told us we can go pick her up around like 11 a.m.
Right.
Took 2 hours to give us a dog, literally 2 hours. And we got her at 1. She was so excited, she was so happy, jumping around. She was afraid again. They told us, if you guys are gonna keep letting her nurse, make sure she keeps taking her Tums.
And she they prescribed us Tums, like Tums they get at the Walgreens or something. And to make sure like she eats like puppy food and
that
formula
will help her calcium go up.
So we were doing that. She's literally on the babies like nonstop. She doesn't, because they're especially newborn. She laid there all day, and they were sucking on milk on her nonstop. So 2 days pass. It happens again.
She had tremors, and Isaiah took her back to the emergency room.
Same thing. Calcium was low.
Thank God we had my friend Lysandra and Miranda who came through and stayed here with Isaiah to help him feed the babies. Because there was 6 of them, and they had to be fed every 2 hours. Every 2 hours.
And guys, so with the bottles, I feel like they weren't big enough yet. They were like, the suction power wasn't strong enough to suck out the bottle. So we ended up having to get syringes instead, which really worked a lot. If you ever found yourself in that situation where you had to start nursing babies, use like syringes instead.
And that happened. They wanted to keep her again, but we were like, no. And then we told them, like, you guys are the ones that told us we can let her nurse.
Yeah.
When we called, they were like, no, it's not a good idea to let them nurse.
But we were told that.
We were told that. Anyway, moving on. We didn't let Frida. It was so difficult to keep her away from the baby.
And sad because she started like yelping.
She would cry.
She would yelp and cry because she wanted to nurse her baby.
Yeah, and it was so tough because we had to buy all of these things to like cover her nipples up.
Yeah, because we would take them away. She would literally go crazy if we moved them somewhere. And you know, me and Kim were like, we don't want to put her through that stress because she's already stressed out. So we ended up having to buy like this like bodysuit, right?
Yeah, it was like, it was this pajama it was this bodysuit that they were selling because apparently when you get a dog fix, they touch down there. So it's like a replacement to the cone. And I bought it on Amazon and we tied it up against her. But then we had to put another thing on top of her because the babies were getting through the cracks of the thing.
And they would sometimes start nursing again, and Frida would let them.
Yeah, and Frida would let them because Frida didn't know any better. And it was just the saddest thing, guys. Like, Isaiah and I, we didn't sleep for like a month for like, we only slept like maybe an hour, if that. Like, we were literally up nonstop feeding.
I was stressed out
babies.
nonstop because I was scared Frida was gonna, because you know, I was scared for Frida.
Oh yeah, Isaiah had PTSD. He was just like, every time he saw Frida accidentally nurse, he would literally like start freaking out, and I'd be like, Isaiah's relax.
You should make me know. Anyways, back to the video.
Anyways, guys, so it was a really rough time, and my mom was saying that like that's what we get because we should have fixed Hercules before.
And
so we did accept our fault.
Yeah,
it was on us because we just kept thinking that okay, they're not going to do that anymore because we were going to be more cautious in terms of having the grown Frida 24/7.
And we were very cautious, but we didn't realize how much he knew. And how much Frida like wanted to get pregnant against.
And the thing is that Isaiah and I, the reason why we didn't take him is because we both wanted to be off of work because we want to be with him when he is recovering from the surgery.
Yeah, because I'm not sure how long it takes.
I don't know how long it takes. They told us about 2 weeks, but we wanted to be home, so we knew we had
Just
a
to make sure
vacation
he's
set
fine.
for December of this year, which is in like 3 weeks. And we were like, okay, we're gonna do it that day. Frida's gonna get off of heat anytime soon, and then boom, it happened. So it wasn't that we didn't want to; it was that the time frame had to be right because Isaiah and I are always busy, and no one is ever home. Sometimes, like throughout the day. What a bunch. So it was a very.
What boy?
So it was a very tough time, but
without
something
further ado,
beautiful came out of it. Say hi, baby.
So my mom's actually gonna take 2. So that's one of them that she's taking. His name's gonna be Titan, and he's leaving this week.
So that's why we named the title of this video, They're Taking Their Puppies, because
they are taking.
We have been raising them since they were like a day old.
Literally, like I feel like I'm dad because like their actual dad, because I've actually been feeding them. I've been making them their milk, and the milk they were drinking, boy, that milk was not cheap. It was $30 for the formula, but I want to make sure that I got them the best formula. I didn't want them to drink just any type of formula. And he's leaving this week too with Titan. And then there's 2 girls that are actually leaving today, so Kim's gonna be upset later. I'm gonna be a little sad too.
Yeah, guys, so they had 6, 2 girls already left with really great homes. They're all gonna let us see them.
Yep.
And then we did give them contracts this time, guys, because we had a really bad experience with the first litter that we had. 2 individuals that we thought were people that we knew, we didn't actually know. It was all verbal disclosures. It was all he said, she said, we said, this said. You were wrong, I was wrong. And Isaiah and I apologize to those individuals for what went down, because Isaiah and I didn't know any better. We weren't breeders, we didn't know what we were doing, we weren't aware of anything. I wasn't aware of things that the dogs, had or might have had or anything. So we had a really bad experience because those two people we knew for a while now, and we thought that they would never do what they did to us. There's always three sides to the story: our side, their side, and the truth. But we know we have more proof than ever. So Isaiah and I took it upon ourselves this time to do contracts with names, with every single thing, because that's what I originally wanted to do.
What food they've been drinking, what happened throughout the pregnancy, throughout the time they were with us, stuff like that.
Yeah, because we weren't like, we're not gonna go, like, we're just not gonna go based off of text messages or verbal conversations, because I guess it's not always enough. So it's not that we don't we honestly we don't trust people anymore after what had happened to us.
You just can't
trust anyone, not even your so-called friends from a long time ago, because again, people try to manipulate you into you thinking that you're wrong, even though you already apologized and took accountability for your actions. So Isaiah and I told Isaiah this time, because that's what I originally wanted to do, the first litter, but Isaiah's, it gives the benefit of the doubt to pretty much everyone that he knows and that he trusted. So he was like, no, boo, we don't gotta do all that. And this time we both immediately, we wrote down everything. We went off by breeders things, legal stuff. We had our lawyer review it. We had our friends, our business people review it, and it's good. So we don't trust people, but we trust that they're going to a good home, because the people that we've met are really, really sweet people.
And you can just tell, because they actually came here, so...
Yeah, they actually came here to look at the dogs this time.
Yeah, so, which I like, and they get to meet the parents too, which I like, because I know a lot of breeders, you usually don't get to see the parents.
Yeah, you don't. We never got to see the parents.
Yeah, so, which kind of made us sad, but... At least they know that they're coming from a good home, a very loving home, and...
yeah, they met the parents.
They met us,
And thankfully, like I said, we didn't have any issues with anyone else except for those individuals. So we know that we weren't wrong, because everyone else knew and saw and agreed to that verbal agreement back then. But this time it was also a verbal agreement, but we also got paperwork and they also signed it. We signed how much they paid. Literally, we went by the book. Yep. But we trust that they're going to a good home. You can just tell when someone comes here, when your dogs are nice to them, and when they're trying to kiss them, that they're good people. So they're very happy, and their two girls are going to go with this girl Dominique today.
The names will be Coco and Chanel. What are they?
They're literally so bad.
Yeah, guys, they fight each other nonstop too, which is very bad. All you hear is little squeals because they keep butting each other so hard.
And we had to separate them because we don't want them to hurt each other, because they're so tiny.
But it's but then they get back. It's they sleep together and then afterwards, so they love each other. But
yeah, they just fight. Yeah. But that's pretty much what happened, guys. We've had a rough time throughout Frida's throughout these 2 months since September 29th, 2020, when they were born. Isaiah and I have gotten no sleep. We haven't been able to be consistent because we're exhausted, feeding the babies, making sure they're okay,
making sure our dogs are still good too.
But they're all leaving this week, so that gives us more time again to get back to
the grind, get back to the consistency, and get things moving again in the right direction. But again, even though we had a rough time, I really enjoyed the little babies.
I really did, yeah, and I cherish them a lot. I really do. They're the sweetest babies ever. They cuddle, they kiss you. They just, and it's so sad when we have to let them go. That's why we're happy that everyone that has given us their word and showing us pictures of them are doing that, because we really appreciate it, because we want to make sure that they're good. But that's pretty much it. So we're going to show you guys, without further ado, all the little babies. We're going to put in some clips of the other babies. And we're done with this thing,
Yep, guys. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And so if we're saying boo fam now, so boo shout?
Yeah. Today's boo shout goes to Dominique for taking the two baby girls together. We love that
That the sisters are sitting together and the brothers are sitting together.
Two people.
Shout out to my mom too for taking these two.
For taking the two boys. She's in love with them already.
Yeah, she says she wants them because she wants some company. So I'm like, I told her it's gonna be great company for you, mom. Yeah.
Alright guys, well we'll see you guys next time, and make sure to still stay tuned to the videos that are after this, and then we're not closing out anymore, okay? So stay tuned and we'll see you guys next time on
Vegas.
See me do my dance in these $1,000 pants. Don't disrespect me and my mans. Bam, whole lot of choppers on your ass. Scram, we just putting dollars on your head. This ass nigga gave his mama to the feds. Little brother, big brother, side I got the dreads. DZ, DT, side I keep the bands.